My dog is making money online and we got to check out this trading bot. Okay, so it's not my actual dog. It's more like my meme coin NFT dog. This is going to be an exciting product review of the DeltaTrade bot on the NEAR protocol. Before we move on, two important things. The first one, this is just an honest product review, nothing but honesty on this channel. But also there will be a referral link. So if you do like what you hear, go check it out. Okay, let's jump in. So the DeltaTrade bot, first thing we notice is it looks dope as got that 90s vibe before the financial crisis and the dot-com bubble and the COVID and the monkeypox and everything else. DeltaTrade has a very simple value proposition. It's got some automated bots so that anyone, even if you have absolutely no idea what you're doing, can deploy some capital and let the machines do the work, so to speak. Maybe oversimplifying, but let's look into it one by one. In the market section, an overview of the platform stats, the 3 type of vaults that are available right now, and the upcoming vault. The Great Vault is a proven great strategy that maximizes returns on the slightest price changes. It's pretty cool. It sets up a range of prices in a grid way, as the name suggests, a bunch of buys and lows. So it works really well on stable or sideways markets. So you can still make some small profits, even if prices are not really moving that much. The second one is a swing vault. The swing vault can automatically buy the deep and, when successful, automatically sell at a high price, repeating the process to generate profits. This one requires a bit more speculation, I guess, because you're going to pick a market where you think there will be larger price movements and then decide which way you think it's going to go. And then finally, the dollar cost average vault. I love this one because it allows you to either buy or sell a large amount of a coin without moving the market. We'll look into each one of these vaults into more detail in just 1 minute. But if you scroll down, you will see all the performance of the existing vaults. So for instance, this AlphaGo has been running for almost 60 days and it's returning 50 and 41%. You may compare that with something like Broken Dreams, great names, by the way. It's only been running for just over 2 days. It's got almost double the percentage on a 24-hour basis and about the same percentage on an all-time basis. With a quick overview, I'm going to show you what I've been doing, and then we're going to very quickly delve into the conspiracy corner and some alpha and some ways in which you may want to approach this if you want to check it out. The trading vault is where you can set up your own vaults, and we'll check how to copy this in just 1 minute. First, I want to take you to the dashboard so you can see the summary. So I've deployed about $800 and 2 strategies. The first one, which is printing money, I'm almost going to be able to pay for this coffee actually, is Shitzu 1.0 strategy with just over $200. You can see the price range here, and I have earned almost 85 cents. I click on the strategy. I think that the UI UX is very intuitive. Everything is right on your face. I'm not entirely sure exactly how they calculate the profit and the percentages, but the arbitrage profits can be withdrawn in USDC. So this would be the second time that I claim them. The first time was yesterday. So just to manifest future reaches. Let's do that again. The other strategy that I have deployed, and I am so deeply sorry for doing this, I have deployed a deleverage strategy where I'm selling Shitzu every 3 hours. It's a very small amount. I think I'm doing like $5 every 3 hours. I did this for research purposes. You can see how much has been filled. I've actually been losing money on this, by the way. I've lost $11 because the price of Shitzu has gone up as I've sold. Oh, yeah. These are the sacrifices that I make for education and content. Same as before, you can see the unclaimed amount here, the proceeds from the sales. We can claim that now. Claim USDC. Successfully claimed. I have deep regrets about doing this treasonous act, and I'm actually quite bullish on Shitzu low key. I'm going to close the vault now. I want you all to be witnesses. Truth is, I just wanted to experiment, and Shitzu was one of the only coins that I had lying around on the wallet with enough quantity to be worth opening the dollar cost average, but it's been closed. So be it. The last thing from the quick overview is when you go to the trading vault section, this is where you would open a position. To open a position, all you have to do is scroll through the existing ones and you say, oh my God, near to the moon, 280% profit. Let's fuck go. You click the copy button The copy button will show you what the settings were of the existing bot, and you could simply choose to copy by deploy here if I had enough assets. But if you don't have enough assets, this one requires 6 NEAR and 15 USDC. Let's say hypothetically that you're a whale and you're like, fuck this guy, they're poor or what? They won't deploy $30. So you can play around with the investment per grid. So if we change from 2 NEAR per grid to 10, the value increases to 30 NEAR and to 78 NEAR. The other thing that you can play with would be the number of grids. So if we do 15 grids instead, it also requires a lot more capital. Another interesting thing that I noted is that if you scroll through the amount of coins that are available, you may notice that some of them don't even have a strategy deployed at the moment. So for instance, I am on the Shitzu pair now. I can see the position that I've opened. And you may also notice that it is the only strategy available to copy. So I don't know. Am I disappointed in the Shitzu community? I'm not gonna say that, but I would like to see you apes come in and open more of these positions. To open a position on a pair that does not have any at the moment, let's choose for an example the hat coin. There is no current strategy to copy, but that's fine because if you go to the customize button, honestly, it's exactly the same interface as copying somebody else's strategy. It just requires you to enter the amount of grids and the amount of investment per grid manually. A couple of things. First, feedback for the team. One thing that stands out from looking at the amount of coins that is listed here is that some of them have very little volume and some of them are just really random in general. And for these strategies to make sense, at least for me, you want to see volume. The thing I would do is go to Red Finance, liquidity pools, filter them by the 24-hour volume, and then just make sure that all the coins that are sort of near the top are added. ETH USDC should be enabled, Wrapped Bitcoin, Sweatcoin, Aurora for sure, Solana. Imagine how much fun the platform would be if you could play around with some of these bot strategies with these other pairs that are just much more liquid and with much more volume in general. Having said that, after I came across with the initial feedback, I went out for a walk, I had a shower, maybe I ate a cookie. I was thinking, it makes a lot of sense to have these bigger coins with much more volume. But also, if you are a tiny little project with no volume really, you should also come and deploy a bot because then it can help you have more volume. And you know what I'm talking about. For the people looking at potentially deploying some of the bots is go to DEX Screener. If you search for any NEAR token, let's say long, once you go to that pair, it automatically has at the top all the trend NEAR tokens. Start going around and seeing from the pairs that are listed here and that are currently available on DeltaTrade, how they rank in terms of volume. Black Dragon would be interesting perhaps for like a great trade, a bit of a great movement here, sort of range bound. Volume less than $1,000 over the last 24 hours, perhaps not the most ideal. Touched is not currently listed, and it's got $3 volume over the last 24 hours, which tells me that it's been touched by everyone and everyone's touched each other except touching the actual coin. So anyway, maybe that's something that we can look into. But this would be a good example of, hypothetically, if the touch team added the token to DeltaTrade, they could deploy $500 on either side on the grid and hopefully have more than $3 volume per day. If you're interested in deploying your own coin, it just takes what I've been told, $200 hedging fee, whatever that means, and for the team to open some positions for initial volume. So it's very affordable. It's very accessible. Let's see Ref. Okay. Ref has 16,000 in volume, which is way better. And call me crazy, but it seems like at the moment there are no Ref grid strategies open. Maybe I should go and open one. In general, from looking at all the DEX screener pairs, and this is something that you should do because this may change at any time, the two pairs that are the most appealing to me in terms of volume and for grid trading would be DYOR. DYOR is being used at the moment for the Meteor Moon game. So it's got nice volume. It's about $7,000. And it's the definition of a range if I've ever seen one. So this one could be interesting. The other one is Shitzu. Shitzu only has about $890 in volume, but they've got interesting dynamics that are appealing to me. That's why I opened my current great trade. Basically, the team is building, they've got a validator, they've got some revenue, they're buying back the token, and they're constantly redistributing the token to the community members to perform amplification and marketing and whatever else they do. And now for a little bit of alpha. The grid and the swing sections will show you the open strategies, and you can copy them and how they're performing. But if you go to the dollar cost average strategy, that's where the real money is. So the market section shows you all the current open buys and sell orders. So remember that with dollar cost average, you basically say, hey, I want to buy this amount over this time frame at this frequency. So for here, there's just not much there, but things get really interesting when we start looking at other pairs. So for instance, gear, as I mentioned, it's very active right now. Over the next 24 hours, there are roughly 3 times more buys and sales. Over the next 7 days, it evens out. And over the next 30 days, there's roughly twice as many sales as buys. Now, for the real alpha, let's look at BRRRR. BRRRR has no sell orders at all over the next 30 days. And an increasing amount that adds up to, when I first looked at it, it was $20,000 over the next 30 days. They've been buying consistently every few hours, and now they're down to 17,620. What we got to take into account is that the price is set in USDC, but the main liquidity for BRRRR is in NEAR. So what we're seeing is buys in USDC terms, but because the broader market is kind of going down, we're not seeing that reflected yet in price. So BRRRR has been able to stay kind of flat, even though the market is going down, mostly because it is being denominated against NEAR. Financial advice, I did make a video about BRRRR months ago. Moving on, let's look at the Delta points. I'm not talking about the freaking Fly program. I'm talking about another potential way to make some dough. You may have noticed that these markets don't have much volume just yet. And this could be solved by having some dank meme coins, more information about how to launch your own dank meme coin, and some exciting initiatives shaping up in your ecosystem in future videos. Like and subscribe. But for now, it will be fair to say that no one is going to become a billionaire with these strategies. I find it exciting and find it interesting. I like losing money in creative ways, but it is what it is. However, as a lot of platforms in crypto, there is the potential of early users that provide feedback, that inject life into the platform, that are patient with the team hustling and shipping till the hit product market fits, getting some sort of value in the future. So Delta points try to capture that early activity, and it's actually quite nuanced. We can see the grid or the swing assets, and they give you different points depending on whether it is within the range or not. For the dollar cost average assets, they also specify how much money over how much of a period. They have a category for the invite, where you help me, please. For each person that you invite and the amount of money that they deploy, the better. So if you're going to invite friends with your referral code, make sure that you invite your rich friends, not your poor friends. No one makes money from poor people. And most importantly, the N multiplier. There is a Delta Disc NFT with 5 tiers: common, fine, rare, epic, and legendary. You can acquire these NFTs from 2 places. The first one would be Paris, the legendary NFT marketplace on NEAR. Paris is slightly easier to navigate because you can see the items one by one on a grid. So you know which NFT is which. Makes a big difference now because you know, this is the normal one, this is the rare one, and you may scroll to find this one is whatever the upper one above the rare one is. But there's a second option, which is kind of exciting. It's a new platform. It's kind of more edgy. I like it. It's called Mitte. The cool innovation around Mitte is that they create an order book style experience. So you could create a buy order. At the moment, the floor is 0.30 NEAR. You can say, YOLO, I'll buy any of these random discs for 0.35 and see if someone desperate buys in. But also, you can see all the sale offers. So if you look at the entry level NFT, there are 3 currently available for 0.15 year. And then there's several available in the 0.16 year range, almost 10 or 8, whatever I can see. If you compare that to per us, there's only 1 NFT left available at 0.61 near, and then the prices jump pretty rapidly to close to the 1 near range. Especially if we look at the rare discs, you won't get anything cheaper than 1.05 near. But on Mitte, if you squint your eyes and you look very closely, we can see that we can buy a rare one for 0.70 and 0.79. There's 22 of them. So in this particular case scenario, now that I'm looking at it, Mitte definitely better value. I don't know if Mitte has a referral code, but if there is, it will be plastered somewhere on the screen. Everything that we can do to help this channel would be greatly appreciated. There's also the possibility to spam all your friends by sharing daily on social media. The cool thing about sharing is that it will also include a link to your referral code. This is what the automated post looks like. I always like to personalize them. Okay. So I've changed it to allegedly there's going to be a chunky airdrop. Wink, wink. I actually don't know. This is definitely not financial advice. Post. And then it goes out with the really nice infographics and your referral link. Beautiful. The last thing, and definitely the least, is this weird thing called Gachapon. I don't know exactly what Gachapon is or how it is pronounced, but it is a very simple user experience. It is kind of like a pokey machine. You click and it randomly shifts some balls, and sometimes it gives you balls, sometimes it gives you less balls, sometimes the balls are more loaded than other balls. It is a bundle of shitcoins. On the left, I think I've earned something. You got to approve the transaction to receive all these random shitcoins. And then on the right, we can see all the historical shitcoins that I've earned, 7 cents combined across multiple claims. So, okay, let's see. They gave me, oh wow, 17 million bean. I wonder how much that is. Probably not much at all. 150 long. It's just for fun. It's just for fun. Definitely. Some people do seem to get lucky. Some people allegedly can get up to $50. So worth a try. It's just one click away. Let's do it again. Anyway, friends, that is it for me. Let me know what you think about DeltaTrade. If you're using it, how do you think it could be improved? Anything else that I missed? As always, like and subscribe. Any support is really appreciated, and I'll see you soon.